Want to make an intro, Luca?
The intro. I have oh shit! I was so busy. I don't have anything. I don't even have the videos prepared. I'm sorry. It just hectic. Thought I would have some time to organize, but
It's all good. I think MidjourneyMan has a lot of cool materials to look at.
so just one thing before we jump in. So we first we check out Journey's videos, and then we comment on a couple of videos together. Is that okay
Got
with
you.
you guys?
And one thing that you might not know is I entered the project Odyssey and I got like the Civit Award, so that's a good one to
Ooh,
look at too.
awesome. Do we
Which
have the Civic video?
yes, it's on YouTube. I'm gonna send you the YouTube link. It's easier.
Thank you. Great.
That's incredible, man.
No,
Definitely.
thanks. It took me like over 60 hours to make it, so that's I'm really excited. It worked out.
60 hours. Damn.
Yeah, it's a lot because I generated everything, all the sounds, all the music, all the text, all the images, everything.
Wow.
Ooh,
But yeah, it makes sense. Like nothing of quality comes easy, right? Nothing goes that quick.
Okay, where do I send this here? Private
You
chat.
can also just
Here,
share
yeah.
the screen. You can also just share the
Oh,
screen.
it's okay. Yeah, it's okay. I always have like weird emails pop up, so I just prefer if one of you guys share. It's okay. It's all good for now.
I can do it. Just send it over.
I did. It's in the private chat. Yeah.
Oh, cool. Yeah. Alrighty.
And
All
I
right.
guess I can also.
Okay.
For a quick intro,
ready.
then.
Yeah.
Today we are joined by MidjourneyMan, the man himself. I'm very excited. Like I see a lot of your work, and it's really good. I really like how you like explore different tools, like different mediums, and like just different formats of like AI, like art. And I do think like you started with like all of those images that were amazing, and you went into also like animation and now animate diff. And I see like some of Luma. You just do everything, man. Like you just do everything. You're a true creator, a true storyteller, and that's why I think like it's just amazing. So yeah, I'm excited to look at some of your work, and potentially we also look at some other people's work. Just get your thoughts on the creative process, the tools, like all of the beautiful things that you have. Hey June, nice to see you.
Yeah, hi guys, thanks for having me. First of all, let me start by jokingly saying that I am not affiliated with Midjourney. You have no idea how many times I get like a support requests from random people saying, "Hey, how can you do this on Midjourney?" Like, oh god, why did I choose that username?
But you started your journey with Midjourney, right?
Oh yeah, I did. So I guess I can tell you the story of how this all started if you guys want.
Yeah.
Yeah, a couple years ago, a friend of mine shared on his story, like some weird images. I'm like, what the heck is that? I mean, how did you make this? And he said, oh, I used something new that's called Midjourney. And long story short, I requested to join the beta, and I was addicted at first. And I was like, okay, I feel like I'm going to use this a lot. So it's going to be a journey, and I will become like a journeyman, like someone that works hard and just uses this a lot. So I was like, oh, let me do a little play on word by saying Midjourney and journeyman, Midjourneyman. That's how it came. So it's really good, you see, but that's a really good SEO. But I didn't know in the future that I would basically, I mean, I still use Midjourney a lot to create IP adapter images and like a style and things like this. So I think it's still fair that my name is Midjourney, but sometimes I wish I had something a little more generic. But like I said, it's good SEO. Or, like people just look for Midjourney and they find my name. Sometimes I feel like it's interesting. But
yeah, I definitely saw like when you started doing like animate diff, I was like, oh, like you're not Midjourney man anymore. You're like the AI man.
Yeah, it's ADIF man. I'm pretty much only using animate diff lately. That's for sure.
Nice. All right, shall we get into the things?
Awesome.
Yeah.
Let's do it.
All right. So you said like you did a Civit AI award. You got a Civit AI award for the Project Odyssey. So that was like a huge storytelling project.
That was awesome. I was really happy about that one.
Should we take a look at it and then you comment on how it was done?
Sure.
Right. You guys ready?
Let's go.
Do this.
Oh, I don't hear the sound. I don't know if there is sound on, but I don't hear it.
Can't you hear my sound?
I cannot, personally.
No.
Okay, let me check out. Audio input. We have sound?
Nothing yet for me.
Still no.
No?
I mean, we will leave the link either way, but sound is good. And you made the sound as well?
Yeah, yes, it's almost like almost not worth watching it without the sound though, because it's the sound plays the biggest role here.
Yeah.
Because it's a
wow.
narrative, you know, so like it's a story that takes you like through the various stages of dreams and nightmares and what it means. And so I can tell you, while you know, Luka is looking into this, I basically entered a competition, but I was gone for 2 weeks in Europe, you know, for like a family trip. And I was like, man, I'm gonna have only 2 weeks to make this. And I started to think, and the one thing that strikes me, you know, like Purrs, he always says that he's creating nightmares, you know, when you make his animations. And so it's I was like, man, actually, you know what? Whenever I make these deep animations, I feel like this is a dream, you know, kind of, because it's like so weird and so unique. And I was like, what if I made something about a dream, and I just was showing the visuals about dreams, and just basically it's like for me it's like a symbolic of actually dreaming and what those animations represent to my mind. So that's
Damn.
what I went for.
All right. Let me know if you can hear the audio.
Yes.
Welcome to the world of dreams, a realm where reality fragments into surreal landscapes, where time distorts and emotions amplify. Here, the ordinary transforms into the extraordinary, and the boundaries of the possible dissolve. In this realm, narratives do not follow a straight line. One moment, you are walking through a familiar street. The next, you are soaring through the sky, free from the constraints of gravity. The scenes shift without warning, each transition a doorway to a new adventure. Symbols guide your journey. A river flows, reflecting your deepest emotions. You fly, feeling the exhilaration of freedom. A mirror reveals hidden aspects of yourself. In dreams, awareness dawns. Realize you are dreaming, and with lucidity, gain the power to shape your reality. Imagination becomes your only limit. Recurring themes connect you to a collective consciousness. You fall, feeling the rush of air. You run from unseen pursuers, your fear thrilling yet safe. You find yourself exposed, vulnerable yet unperturbed. Surreal landscapes stretch before you, floating islands, shifting buildings, and endless staircases defy physics, inviting exploration. Time bends and stretches, creating moments of stillness and frantic motion. Identities blur and merge. Faces morph into those of loved ones. Multiple characters represent different facets of a single soul. Discover new facets of yourself and others. Emotions swell, becoming waves of joy, fear, sadness, and anger. Each dream is a kaleidoscope of feelings, magnified and intense, shaping your experiences. Parallel realities unfold. Walk through a door into a different life, each thread in your existence. The lines between dream and waking blur, leaving you to ponder reality. Incongruous juxtapositions delight and bewilder. Modern technology in ancient settings, animals speaking human languages. The bizarre becomes commonplace, and the impossible feels natural. Personal reflections surface. Your subconscious reveals secrets, laying bare fears, desires, and unresolved conflicts. Each dream is a window into your inner world. Transformation is constant. Watch as landscapes shift and mushroom forests sprout from the ground. Dreams are a canvas of endless change. Nightmares lurk, bringing horror and anxiety. They are the dark side of dreams, where tension thrives, testing your courage. The atmosphere is ethereal. Soft light bathes the world in a gentle glow. Muted colors blend into one another. The air hums with ethereal music. Embrace dream logic, where the illogical makes sense. Events unfold in ways that defy waking reason, yet within the dream, they feel natural. Dreams are a realm of wonder, mystery, and endless possibilities. As you drift through this world, remember, dreams reflect your soul, a mirror of your innermost self. Explore, discover, and create. Wake up.
Well.
It's all right, isn't it?
Damn, bro.
Damn,
Bro.
I'm speechless,
Well,
man.
well.
I mean, if this isn't art, then nothing is. I mean, wow, I am.
Wow, yeah, indeed. Wow, I think this session will just be this. Like, I feel like we won't get past this story that you made. This is
Can we
insane,
watch it
man.
again?
I think
And
like piece by piece, there is so many things in here, and it's quite long. Like, how long is it? Like 4 minutes?
4 minutes, yeah, 4 or 5. Yeah, the contest was only 4 minutes. So fun fact: the contest at first was 4 minutes on the dot, and it was actually tricky because the end I didn't have the closing credit, and I was like, man, this okay, it is what it is. And then I heard like I could add like 5 seconds to add credits and everything, and I just used this to add a little blur and like the closing with my name at the end. But and what's funny is the song that I made with Udio, by the way, becomes
Mhm.
even more beautiful at the very very end, and that extra 5 second just adds so much more emotion to me, And it's funny how when I made that song with Udio, I was like, this is beautiful. I was like, God damn, I love the song on its own, anyways.
Yeah.
So
Yeah, man.
Wow.
Damn.
I mean, it's
A lot of things.
I found myself thinking, this is what I dream at night. This is literally my dreams. This is
yeah,
the
it's
structure of dreams, and the your text is saying, the narrator is saying exactly what I feel. It's touche, my friend. Touche.
thank you. Yeah, it's
Really good. So Steve also said fantastic, blown away. I feel that, man. Like this was really good. I have several questions now, if I may. If I
Go ahead.
may get into it. First of all, would you mind sharing like what your background is? Like what is your like creative experience?
Oh, okay, that's a great question. Actually, I'm glad you asked this first because I should have said that when we first started. So I am an engineer, a mechanical engineer. But so I am wired to think logically and with complex issues, and like I like to tinker. That's why I love Comfy UI, because it's complex and you have all the nodes, and I love nodes. I mean, my life is a
The
node
world.
essentially. As an engineer, I deal with like complex things, and yeah. Anyways, so that's why I'm wired to enjoy and embrace these challenges. And also I'm an amateur photographer. Like I've always had the eyes to see beauty in life, and I cannot draw really. I mean, there is only one thing I'll draw, and I will save it for from here. It's funny. I don't know if you saw the movie. What was the name of that movie? But anyways, I can only draw something, and it's inappropriate, and that's it. And so how could I express myself? Photography, yes. And then when I found those tools, that became another way for me to express my creativity using my engineering wired brain as well, being very detail oriented and persistent, and enjoying like complex challenges.
Cool.
And
Cool.
how do you use all those nodes if you don't have? I was asked that question to be exact. How do you find comfy if you don't have a developer background. I know it helps, but developer helps even more. So can I hear your reply for this question?
Yeah, so you know what's funny is I literally remember the very, 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 very first time I used Comfy. So I was using for animation creation, I was using solely and only automatic 1111 before for deforum
Yeah.
mostly. And then one day, when SDXL came out, I remember talking to Phil, um, and was like, oh man, he was just telling me that, hey, why don't you use this workflow to make an image, machine delusions fields, by the way, to make an image, in SDXL, and he shared a workflow that him and Binks made, and that was the very first time I ever installed. And using the portable version of Comfy is very simple. You just download and unzip basically and run it. So that was easy as far as starting it. But when I saw the UI at first, I remember just pressing generate, being confused by the errors at first because I didn't have the models, nothing. And then I believed Phil must have walked me through, just say, oh, download the model, put it here, then do this, do this, do that. And then at first I was like, okay, I just have automatic 1111 with a different UI. That's what it felt like to me. You know what I mean? Like instead of having like a web browser with like just like a box, it was just like floating windows where I put my text here, and I click generate there. But then eventually I started to use Comfy for different things, like animate diff. So it was only Comfy for images, then nothing, and then animate diff became a thing again, and that's when I reconvened with Comfy. And this time I had to embrace it and understand it more than just pressing generate. And I started to realize, oh, I see the strength here, because you can just chain things in a way that you really couldn't in automatic 1111. Like this is, and by the way, I'm not saying nothing wrong with automatic 1111. I'm not even comparing, but I'm just saying like there are things that you can add. You can add like FX or color matching, and which you could probably do it. I don't know. You may be able to do it in automatic 1111. I don't know, but there you do whatever you want. You can do it 3 times in a row if you want, which makes no sense, but you could. You can do this, then that again, then do this, then that again. It's just so endless. But at first, yeah, there is, I would say, I think to answer your question, if you are given a workflow, it's easy to use it, but I don't think it's the best way to understand it. What I always do with Comfy, if someone gives me a workflow or I download a workflow, it's hard for me to understand that workflow. So what I do is I always redo the workflow with my own touch, if that makes sense. Like even if I don't really change anything, I want to redo it. This way I can understand, like actually redoing it from scratch. Like I open like a new Comfy with a blank window and just start like adding the nodes, copy pasting the node or dropping the nodes.
Yeah.
And to revert, I think that SDXL was accelerator for many people to switch on Comfy, because it's the generation times in automatic level were ridiculous for SDXL, especially if you had less than 24 or 16 gigs on your VRAM on your GPU.
Yeah, that's true. But it's I definitely feel like I should go back sometimes just to play with deforum, because I miss deforum, like the way it looks. So that's something that I know
the forum was pretty upgraded. I mean, I used it 1 year ago.
Yeah.
Before the warp and before animate diff, and it was upgraded a lot. I mean, you can do really consistent stuff with it right now.
Yeah,
do you have any deforum on your page?
I should. I know. Okay, yeah. Actually, click away. I will tell you. I have one style. There is one style that I absolutely love about deforum. Do you mind maybe starting from the top this way?
Yeah.
And actually, if you go on the Reels tab, that would be easier because it's a reel. Oh no, go back to my profile. Sorry,
No.
I was.
Yeah.
And click on the Reels. Yeah, right there. And scroll down slowly.
Damn, you
and
create
I will
a
tell
lot.
you.
How much do you create? How long does it take for you to do this? And do you feel like, like how is it for you to create this much?
It's a good question. Sometimes I don't know. I do it myself, but I spend like a lot of time every night. Yeah, every night I work on this, and I know some people are just like baffled by how much I can generate. Right there, that's the skull. That's deform. This one
Okay.
and that style.
Mm,
Before I answer your question,
Yeah,
this
yeah.
right there is why I love deform.
Mm-hmm.
To make like a subtly changing image like this, I've always been a big fan. And the guy that showed me that technique and showed me that style was a Pixel Pusher.
Mm-hmm.
Y- Jero Pixel Pusher. He was
Yeah.
definitely the
He
first
also
that.
had
that
some of really, really good stuff.
Yeah, for sure. He's a genius. But yeah, this right there, and if you scroll way back down, I'm sure you can still find some older of my deform stuff, like when I was doing like the typical like yeah, if you go way, 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 way down, maybe like towards the beginning. Here, let's see. Keep going. I'll tell you. I have a lot of stuff that I should archive.
I have a lot of stuff. I
Oh
have
yeah,
another
right there. See the
question.
one that's
Okay.
34.5 with the lady standing on the, yeah, that one that was a typical deform, like old
Yeah, yeah,
school.
yeah,
Oh
yeah, yeah,
yeah, this is a thing. I
yeah.
remember this. I used to do these as well. It was for me that was like it's insane. This was last year,
Yeah,
by the way, right? This was last year, and
that
today
was
we
probably like,
have just
yeah,
it's insane. But
yeah.
when
But
this
she's
like
funny.
happened, yeah, go
But
go.
when I see this, I miss it though. You know what I mean? I
Mm,
like right now looking at it, I'm like, man, this is cool. I don't know why. It's just I love it personally.
yeah, definitely feels nostalgic. And for
Crazy.
me, this was it came at a time where like okay, Midjourney was getting good, the images were good, and this came out and I was like, oh my god, animation, because I
Yeah.
come from like animation and compositing background, and I was like, oh my god, this is insane. Just like having these morphing shapes and images, I
Yeah,
was already like, this is insane. And today, like looking at your like story, incredible.
yeah. If you
What a
scroll
world
back
we live
down, I'll tell you the guy with the, yeah, the guy that looks, yeah, this guy that was
in.
also deformed, and that was cleaner, and that was more like an evolution style.
Oh
Yeah,
yeah.
yeah.
That was inspired by like Fab Dreams. Uh,
Yes.
when he made like
It
the
reminds me
famous
of.
evolution one, yeah, this
Mhm.
was like a little homage to him. He's a good friend of mine. He's awesome. So yeah, I remember
I
I
was
was
about
trying
to
to.
say that was the big video for the forum, the evolution of mankind.
Yeah,
Oh
oh,
yeah.
that was
Yeah.
exactly. I think it was a big video for AI, all in
Yeah,
general,
Yeah.
even.
yeah,
Yeah. Yeah.
yeah,
Yeah. It was featured everywhere.
Yeah,
Everywhere.
yeah.
yeah, for sure.
So I have a
And
question.
go ahead.
I mean, I have many questions. Like your work is incredible, man. What is your like current tech stack? Like, what do you use to make your pieces?
Lately, I'm using like an image to video uh, workflow, or and using IP adapter and sparse control net. Typically, that's what I've been currently using.
Do you
Like
use any Luma
Yeah, we
runway
showed
or
we
Kling?
showed this one on the
oh yeah,
last.
this is a workflow that I've made too. Inspired by IV. I forgot his name, but he has a
Mm-hmm.
workflow that he shared on um on Civit and
The
CVTI
morph.
and or CVTI. Sorry, the proper way is CVTI. I remember.
Yeah, it's so
uh,
it's CVI or is it
CVTI,
CVA?
it's CVTI. Yeah, from the CEO. He was in an interview with Enigmatic E, and he asked him, and he said CVTI.
CVI. Okay,
Yeah,
okay. Let's
yeah,
change
yeah.
this.
And so what I did is I took that workflow and I tried it and I was like, oh, this is really cool. But the way he shared that workflow was limited to 4 images, I believe. And
Mm-hmm.
then I modified, like I told you, I recreated the workflow and modified to have like uh, 8 images. And then I modified again and was like unlimited, so an infinite amount of images essentially. And so I really embraced the yeah. There was one that was, if you click away, that went pretty viral. If you scroll all the way up to the top of my page,
Did you
uh,
use a driving video for that one?
I
Like a
did actually.
masking?
Sorry, it's if you zoom down, scroll down because it's I unpinned it. You can keep going. I'll tell you. Keep going, keep going. Uh, the one on the right here, for example, the one at 2 million.
Mm.
This one, and there's another one. Yeah, these were super fun. And yeah,
Yeah.
no driving video. It's just images and a driving black and white, like
Mask. Yeah.
QR. But these
Yeah.
are really fun to me because you can tell a story.
How do you
Same.
do your frame interpolation? Do you use Rife or do you use something else?
So I use multiple things. I definitely use the Rife in Comfy. Or actually, I use precisely. I'll tell you right now. It's not Rife. It's because Rife I cannot install it on my system for some weird reason. I use here it is, Film VFI.
Okay.
Yeah, because Rife doesn't work. I literally could never install this one. I don't know.
Weird.
So it's but I use Film when I get something that's good, and then I just I'm a big fan of Topaz personally. I just interpolate in Topaz.
I'm a huge fan of flow frames.
I heard about it. Yeah, I have it installed. I never used it because I'm okay with Topaz. But yeah, Sir Spencer Sterling, like he hooked me up with that one, but I haven't used it yet, to be honest with you.
Yeah, it's amazing.
Damn.
So
Yeah, I saw this one.
question: is this based on IP adapters or do you use prompt travel?
No prompt travel. It's all IP adapter.
Okay.
I try
that's
to stay as far away as prompting as I can. Nowadays, I don't like prompting anymore because of thanks to IP adapter.
IP adapter is insane. I feel you.
And
Mm.
go ahead. Sorry, Nate.
No, I was just gonna say, like, the morphing workflow that you mentioned from IPIV. I love the concept behind, like, the morphing loop, and
Yeah.
like I played around with that so much, just because, like, as you say, you can tell something just by having the images in sequence. It's like kind of having a storyboard and just like pep, just
Yeah,
like,
it's so
make
fun.
a quick.
And also for the peace streams that that you played at first, I've been embracing these LLM nodes that just prompt for me, and lately I've been using Florence. It's so nice. It's so nice.
So
How
can
do
you
you?
explain a bit more about this
Yeah.
workflow? So you just type in some keywords or you just tell him that make up whatever?
Like which one? Like the one from Dreams or the one that's playing right now?
Oh, for example, one is playing right now.
This one is like the my morph workflow with like images. Like I just think basically about like the story I want to tell, and the beauty of this is I am not limited with my version to a number of images. So if I end up with 12 images, it's fine. So I just basically then I use Midjourney to create the images.
Yeah.
And then I upscale, and I spend a lot of time making the images as good as I can, because I feel like I'm a big I'm a big thinker of garbage in, garbage out. So if I put in like bad images, I will probably not get a good animation out. So this one I like this one because this one is very typical anime diff, like making smoke and clouds like so well.
Do you create the masks for these morphs?
I do, yes, I do, and
Nice.
it's
Oh wow!
Oh, damn, that's good.
Oh.
How many images do you make for this one, for example?
See, this one I don't remember, but I typically stick to maximum 12.
Okay, because I can see even like the small like morphs, like those are 2 images, right? Like
yeah,
this.
3 right there, and then 4 here. Yeah, you can tell, but it's funny because what I find addictive with this kind of workflows is, I mean, all those workflows with animated diff really is you put something in and you might not even really know exactly what you're gonna get out, and I love it.
Yeah, true.
Yeah, the main one that blew up for that style. This one was a big one, but I will show you once this one's done. This one I made the music too. Yeah, these are really fun.
I think that's the beauty of the artist, right? That you can just keep it open and like whatever happens, Because I do think when it comes to like the for example, like your story, or like production work, like you usually have to kind of follow a concept or an idea. You can't just be like, okay, just whatever you want.
Yes. Very different. You're right. This one I use Do, by the way, which is amazing. It's an amazing tool.
Yeah.
Use what? Sorry.
Do.
I wanted to
Mm.
install it, but I had so many issues, I just quit. But I heard that they fixed those issues.
Yeah, it's yeah, Pom and the team worked really hard on it. It's a really powerful tool. It's I think it's the future. Like there is so
Yeah.
much you can do with it. As a matter of fact, I believe like the last piece from Fab Dream was made with Do. As a matter of
Yeah.
fact, yeah, this one was really fun too. And I'm a big fan of syncing with audio. So of course we can't hear the audio now, but I always try to
I think you
transition with
can.
the audio. And I also, another thing that I discovered is Touch Designer, with Spence, like Sir Spence, he did show me like like a Notch, and so I sometimes use Notch as well to make like some things, which is really fun. It's just like fun, a bunch of tools, to play with. It's
It's insane. It's
This one was
absolutely
with
insane.
Do. The Buddha is flipping us off. Actually, didn't notice this at the beginning. It's funny. Someone noticed that. There, see, middle finger. Someone noticed that. I was like, oh, that's funny. Not intentional, but funny.
Have you ever used Disco Diffusion?
Say it again, Luca.
Have you ever used Disco Diffusion?
Actually, it's funny you say that. My very, very, very first ever. Here, let's take a step back. I was just using MidjourneyMan, just using Midjourney, making images. That's it. That's what I was doing. And then one day I go online and I see this weird animation, and I'm like, what the heck is this? And I look, and I see Disco Diffusion, and I actually installed it, and I made one animation with Disco Diffusion, which I still have, and it's terrible, but I still have it, and that is actually literally my very first ever thing made with an AI animation tool. At that time was Disco Diffusion. Yeah.
Hold up. Step back. You installed it locally.
Yes.
What kind of a hardware do you have, dude?
I have an RTX 4090 for the
Yeah, 2 years
GPU.
ago?
I did, yeah. As a
Oh
matter of fact.
wow. Okay. Oh, I'm impressed. So yeah, it was. I mean, we were using Google Colab and having multiple accounts to just
Actually, no. You're right, Lucas. Sorry. I'm glad you said this. I take it all back. Watch this. Thank you for. I remember. You are correct. As soon as you said Google Colab, I said, wait a minute. No, I'm wrong. So what I did,
the
what I
notebook.
did, I was on an. This is what happened. I was on a MacBook Pro or Mac Studio actually. I just got the Mac Studio. I was all proud. I was like, oh, I have a super powerful Mac. It's awesome. And then I didn't install actually the Disco Diffusion because I just couldn't. I used Google Colab as well. And then check this out. Then I started to see more and more and more Deforum and Warp Fusion. And I was like, oh man, what do I do? Because I actually used Deforum on my Mac for a long time, but it was annoying. It was so slow and it was driving me crazy. And one day I was like, you know what? I'm going to go full on commit and build my PC myself and buy all the good stuff. And I did. And then I started to do Deforum locally and Warp Fusion locally too.
Yeah, I made that step just for the Warp Fusion because I just couldn't, Google Colab, and so I just bought mine. It's not 4090, it's 4080. But yeah, I could work with Warp Fusion locally, and it was, it was like a revolution for me.
Me too.
Could start creating its real. I mean, I really started creating with that. Yeah.
Yeah, it's I don't know why. Like there is something special to me, like to work locally on. It just feels good.
Right. Yeah.
This one was made with Joe. I love this one.
In control to have
Beautiful.
yourself. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I remember in Disco Diffusion days when we waited for 40 or even 60 minutes for one render. That was insane.
Yeah, it's crazy. I know, like the one thing that was tricky that I didn't enjoy with Warp Fusion personally was I think I had PTSD from Google Colab from the Disco Diffusion experience, so I never really liked working on Google Colab, even locally. But that's just me.
Yeah. All right, I wanted to show this one. I caught you and Chris on Discord creating.
The one on the left, actually.
This one.
No, this one you made myself.
I know. I was watching something special when I saw you creating those.
Yeah. These were that's right. You joined that night, but this one right there is my favorite with this one with the music too. It's so good.
think you can put the music on, Luca. Yeah.
Or licensing, yeah.
Licensing.
Mm.
It's all good, but it's
Not
if I don't know
happening.
if you watched the movie called Lovely Bones. The music was
Yeah.
that was the music from that movie from what was it called again? Hold on, I'll tell you.
Yeah,
Keep
it's
moving.
I highly recommend watching this movie, but not if you are a soft soul. It's
Oh
very
my God, it's so yeah, it's heavy.
it's heavy, it's sad, and you know, but it's so beautiful, and the effects are amazing, and editing is amazing, acting is so it's great movie.
Okay, yeah, it's Alice Cocteau Twins. That's right. From Cocteau Twins, Alice. That's the song I played here, and it's just so beautiful, that song. And
No.
yeah, this
All right.
this.
No,
Go
go
ahead,
go.
Nate.
Sorry.
Sorry. No,
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 that's it.
go go go. I just had a question on a different topic, but if you have something to say about this piece, I'd love to hear.
No, I was just gonna say this piece, like these clips are really like ethereal to me. Like they're like very quite magical and dreamy as well, for sure. And someone said
Mhm.
it thinks they think it's like the Lion King for the orange one. Like I didn't think about this. It's
It's
like
really
this
good.
the vibe here, like a little
And
bit
you
of
know, the thing is, now I remember you were saying that you like to create the best images possible to feed them
yeah,
into.
yes,
I mean, I remember seeing you create those stuff, and it's not that different, you know, because I'm used to when I throw stuff in Anime Div, I see a lot. I see different stuff, you know. I see a
yeah.
lot of different things going on, but seeing this, it's so similar to your original images. It's
You can show the images actually because I posted them. If you go to my the post tab, you can actually see the images on the yeah. They
And this
are
was just image to video.
yeah, yes, correct. And there are the images right there. Yeah,
yeah,
Mm,
yeah. No,
and you can
wow.
a
see
bit
like
more detailed.
yeah,
What
but
is
you see you recognize.
Yeah, immediately.
what
Oh,
was
this is
your
the
dimensions of images?
What do you say, Luca?
The dimensions of the images
Oh,
were the
so I made the images like a 916, to do the animation, but for this here I converted them to 4.5 using using like Photoshop and various tools like this just to make them match. But the original images are all 916.
yeah, but how big were they in
Oh,
pixels?
sorry. Oh my God, they were too big.
Yeah,
Some of the files were like 100 megabits big, and I had to downsize them.
exactly.
Yeah, they were way too big. I went too crazy.
Yeah, but it's gorgeous.
So what is your usual like process for this? So like you use like quite a lot of tools, I guess, like Midjourney and like Comfy being like the prime ones. But like,
Yeah,
how do you start? And you said like you just do it. Like, it's interesting, like how most of the people we have talked with so far, you just knock this out like in an evening. Like you take an
yeah,
evening and just like make something really cool. That's
yeah,
amazing.
yeah. It's yeah, and this one you should be able to play the music. This one I've made
This
with
one is,
Syntax Diffusion, Chris. This one
yeah.
he made the music.
So good,
Best kiss.
so
Yeah,
good.
this one was a fun one. He's Chris is a good friend, and we spent a lot of time together working on stuff. So that was cool to do something with him finally. But yeah, like the main yeah. So for sure, I have main tools, and then I have a lot of additional tools that I can use to spice things up. Like or correct things. Like I'm gonna use After Effects. I'm not the best at After Effects, but I can just use a couple things, and maybe sometimes I can have JBoog help me with if I'm stuck,
Mm.
or just I use definitely use Premiere now, to edit the things together. I used to use Final Cut, and I realized like a while ago that I had to just full commit to the Adobe suite. It's just easier for me to be all on the same product and on the same PC. I don't have to go back and forth between the Mac and the PC. I know like some people just stream into their PC and from their Mac and vice versa. I just use the PC for that. Also Photoshop
Mm.
to modify the images, and like Topaz video AI, Topaz photo AI for improving the photos, the videos for interpolation. And what else? Yeah, oh yeah, like a touch designer if I want to do like some what do you call it?
Audio reactive.
Some audio reactive notch to create like some input. And the one software that is a little bit of magic that Pers actually told me about, which is absolutely incredible, it's a Photomosh Pro. It's $49 one-time pay, and it is so fun to use.
How did you
I
say it?
Photomosh Pro. So photo dash mush. I think it's dash. No. Sorry, it's Photomosh in one word. I'll just put it in
Okay.
the chat. Photo
Oh,
Yeah,
cool.
I got it.
dash pro. That's like that.
Yeah. I've seen that one. I've
So
seen
good.
that. Yeah.
Actually,
It's
if you
like,
go, if you, it's okay. But if you, I could show you an example of one of the,
yeah.
yeah, that one. That's the one. It's
Yeah.
super fun to use. I don't use in. I don't think I use it enough. But I think it's all around shaders. It's using shaders, and it is addicting almost how fun it is. And you can make it audio reactive too. It's so much is built in. It's incredible. The guy that made this
Yeah,
software
there's so
is a
many.
genius.
There are so many interesting, like small bits, like of effects.
Yeah.
They're just individually they are fun to play with.
But
I
a
know
fun
that
fact,
one.
yeah. But the fun fact is Phil made a lot of things you can directly do in Comfy now, like ASCII art you
Yeah.
can do, pixel art, like thanks to
Mm.
machine intelligence you can do it.
And also Splitter,
Yeah.
I think.
No, it's
Yeah.
super fun.
Oh wow.
Mm.
Damn, you have a fully rounded creative suite.
Oh yeah. It's so many tools, and now like I'm trying to see if I can. I have personally a dilemma right now. Is and I'm sure a lot of people have the same dilemma. Is I want to add. I mean, I haven't posted my post today, but the post today I used a Luma and AnimateDiff to make the one single fluid piece, where you don't see the seam. It's all one piece made with those two tools.
Wow.
Ooh.
And actually Permagrim is the one that started it. If you want to check out his page, you can see like I think he posted it. It's really cool. If you search
Which
for
one?
Permagrim films, I think I'll show you. It's worth looking at it. So if you search the account Permagrim, PERGR, yeah, the first one right there. I believe he posted it here. Yes, the one with the lady with the colors on that one. So like see those transitions?
Yeah.
Whoa.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, cool. Haha.
Yes.
Great.
Love
Awesome.
it.
That's a great idea.
Yeah, it's it's super
Ooh,
fun.
that's a good one on the face as well.
Yeah, so I'm gonna post
Well
something
done.
similar today. I mean, different but similar.
You've made
Yeah.
something like this?
Yeah, I'm gonna post it today.
Nice.
But anyways,
Oh.
just wanted to shout him out because because he basically was kind of the first one to use this really cool technique.
And
So he used
basically, so what
hand.
is happening here?
So
He's
he
just
used,
basic. Go ahead, Luca.
he basically used the end frame, the beginning and the end
Yeah,
frame,
exactly.
throw it in Luma, right?
Yeah. Simple as that. But so I mean, it's not simple. There is more to it. But yeah, this is the concept. But
I'm not
Mm.
what the hell.
yeah, the tricky thing though with that I have right now, and that's the dilemma I was going to tell you about, is the fact that I would want to get what do you call it, a runway, because the image to video is incredible.
Yeah.
But
Mm.
currently it's only 16:9, which is fine, but for me, I'm typically posting in 9:16. So I'm kind of like, okay, this would probably be to make YouTube videos and X video, or just not for Instagram, which is fine, but it's just something to keep in mind. But that's $99 a month, so that's expensive. And then Luma to make the transition, that's amazing, and that's also, I think, $99 a month. I could be wrong, but let's just say give or take. So, and then I hear Kling is amazing, and so I'm like, and I don't even know how much that is. So what I can't spend $300 or whatever like a month on all three. But I don't know what to do.
I
So
think develop a custom workflow in Comfy.
That's exactly so. That's why I was gonna say. So I think I'm gonna just have to stick to Comfy for now.
Because like the Luma like beginning and end frame, like
Yeah,
Tune Crafter, like that was kind of like the basis for that, I think, that came
I
out.
guess you're right. I didn't think about this, but there must be ways indeed I can do that in Comfy directly. Yeah, that's a
Yeah,
good
should
it's
point.
just like
be.
it's a
Yeah.
bit more work as
Yeah.
usual with like building your custom workflows.
Yeah,
But on the one side, everything is customizable because it's so free and it's
yeah,
free and it's yours. So
yeah. It's yeah, but that's it's just fun. Like what I like is just to challenge myself, like trying new things and going new directions like this. It's fun.
Yeah.
it's insane, man. It's insane. I feel like I'm still not over the whole like first video we watched, like the
Oh
dreams
yeah.
story.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
how long did
Semester.
that take you to make? Like it's a 4 minute
Oh,
video, right?
I can tell you more about this one because it's actually funny. Like I said, I was on the flight, to go to Europe, and I was thinking, what can I do? And I was like, okay, I'm gonna do something about dreams. Then I did nothing. I was just thinking about like the scenes and like the concepts, and because in that video, dreams, I generated everything, absolutely everything. Nothing existed before that video. All the sounds that you hear, the music, the text to audio, from the narrative, uh, you know. Uh, Everything was generated, which is cool, using tools that were part of the contest too, which made it even more interesting. But the uh, the what happened is I did my trip, then came back, and um, actually my family left on at their time. At that time, my family left on vacation, so here I am. I am 2 weeks on my own here at home to do the thing with no interruption. I can just fully focus on this. So I basically spent like, I think, over 60 hours, generating all the images, super high res, retrying, fixing this, writing the text, making the text. I basically like had a storyboard and I had like a checkbox of things to do, and I was checking things off. Type the text and then text to audio, and then once I have the audio, just make the images that match the thing, and then make when I don't like this image, redo, try. I tried to make a custom workflow. I didn't like it, so I had to try. I did another one, and I started to build the images, and this one is like, okay, pass, not good, pass. And I actually was going to upscale uh using the super badass upscaler, like like one of the comfy build, like upscaler by that's on Badadoco. I was going to upscale everything to 1080, and that would have taken me probably a week of time because I have like so many clips. Like I don't remember how many clips I have, like it's all in the video. And uh and I was like, I can't do it. I just physically, it would have been too much. So I ended up upscaling using Topaz. Actually, I had no choice, and I just went to 1080, and then I started to edit in Premiere, and then I was like, okay, I need the music because I had like the text, I mean the audio, and I had started to have the clips. I said, okay, I need the music, so I made the music using audio. And the music actually worked out perfectly with the pace. Somehow I got lucky. I mean, I had to reduce some sections to make it like more dramatic, more happy, and slow down, or I had to do. I think I
Question.
spent like. Go ahead.
Sorry to interrupt you. So sorry to interrupt you, but like you edited the visuals before you had the music?
I did, yeah.
Damn. Damn.
Oh,
Cool.
As a matter of
Cool.
fact,
I
yeah, I
guess
did.
when it fits, it fits. When things
No,
align,
yeah.
it's just beautiful.
so the thing that's funny is, some say I got lucky, but actually I did not get lucky. It's because using audio I was able to change the vibe and re-roll, and I probably spent 2.5 hours to make that song actually on audio,
Hmm. Did
because
you
it
use
was
like
just
references?
no references. I just use
Prompt.
piano, violin, to be
Hmm.
dramatic, stuff like this,
Cool.
and a choir, just to have like a uh, young kids singing in the church, stuff like this. Um, and yeah, it's this one is interesting. So the story of this one is very strange, but quite awesome. This artist here, Skyfall Beat, is in Russia, and someone reported a video of his, which is this one, which had like millions of views, and that was mine. And I reached out to him, and he felt super bad because he found it on Pinterest, and we ended up like, the original video that was stolen from Pinterest got removed, and we ended up posting this one as a collab instead.
Awesome.
But he makes like good music. He's a musician.
Wait,
So actually, the best. Pinterest, another one I'll show you after if you want. Yeah, it's if you close this one, I can show you. And it goes that one, the red one, just to the right of it. This one works really well with his music. Yeah, so
it's
so that's
great.
the funny story behind this. And
damn.
But yeah,
Incredible.
then back to
Incredible.
the dreams video, like what I did like to when I was basically done, and I was like, oh, I should add some FX sounds, like the cat meowing and all that stuff. And this was the last thing I did, and this took me forever because I had to generate every single sound from every single scene, and there was like, I don't know, 60 scenes or whatever. And I had so much fun because when I did like the cat, I was like, oh, what if because I generated like using 11 Labs, it generated like 4 sounds, and I was like, oh, I like all 4. And I was like, what if I put all 4 of those at the same time? And that's what I had fun doing this, and it gives this weird like scary kind of vibe because you hear like multiple meow meow like at the same time, and it's that was quite fun, just to put it all together in Premiere like this.
Yeah. I feel you completely. Like I've done a lot of videos like in my life. Like I was a video editor for a while, and just like it just feels like a nice space. So like having the visuals, the sounds, you just like
Right?
put together so many elements, like put the story. And honestly, like hearing your background, I am even more impressed by this video because it is so well done. And it's like all of the elements are there, like the sound design, like the voiceover, the music, the visual animations, like the visuals match kind of what stuff. It's really good, man. Like, yeah, well deserved award, I would say, and the prize.
Yeah, thank you so much. And it's funny because I've had an idea because I have some Moog synths at home, like to make music, and I've been meaning to make us an ambient sound using songs, using those synthesizers, and then make like a long visual, audio reactive with the song that I make. And that's something that I've been meaning to do, and doing that project made me motivated to actually embrace it and do it. So that's something I'm going to do at some point. It's going to be really fun too. This is just for me. I'm going to put it on YouTube and make the song, make the visuals, and have people enjoy like a very peaceful, like a long and relaxing synth made track.
Sounds like we'll have to meet again to talk about that.
Oh yeah, anytime.
Yeah, we are coming up to an hour, so we might we wrap it up with some closing thoughts. But damn, inspired. I'm absolutely inspired by everything now.
Forever, man. Yeah.
Yeah, it's thanks for having me, guys. It's awesome. Oh, okay. Here, before I let you go, fun fact about this one. It's freaking funny. So Codex41 is a big creator. He makes beautiful images and animations too. And he was like, oh, let's do a collab together. I was like, oh, cool. He made like images of clocks, and I animated them. And like an idiot, I forgot that I was in 120 FPS. And I exported the video as 120 FPS, and I imported it in Instagram. And I posted the video. And people were like, oh, the song is weird. I'm like, what do you mean the song is weird? And I watched it. I was like, oh, actually, you can play it. You're fine. Because if you play this one from the beginning, you'll see what I mean.
Okay, let's do it.
It's so funny. And what's funny, yeah, you can see the music is so crazy. Funny is work in the sense that
Honestly, it works because it's
because
time
it shows
related,
time slowing
man.
down exactly. Yeah,
Oh
but
my god, man.
he didn't care. It's fine. People don't care, and people don't even watch it with music. This one I used a notch. Yeah,
Wow.
this is yeah, all kind of tools. But anyways, just there is always a story behind some of these posts, which is cool.
And I think that's like the main source of it. Like if you have a story, then everything is just fun and you really can express like these ideas and just have fun with all of these different tools. Yeah, while on the other hand, just like clicking random buttons sometimes.
Yeah. This is why like I grew bored of just making images in Midjourney. It was just
Mhm.
by the way, using Midjourney properly is not easy. Like it's hard to
No,
make like
no.
proper
Especially
images.
if you have some vision in your
Yeah,
mind what you want to create.
yeah, it's
Yeah.
hard. Like, but I personally wanted to. I was always drawn to creating like visuals like and animations. That's just something that I fell in love with when I first saw like I said the deform and the warp fusion and disco diffusion stuff. I was like, oh man, I need this is what I want to do. Even don't be fooled by my name, This is just
Ah, yeah, man. Thank you so much for like joining us and sharing all of this and just chatting and hanging out.
no
Brilliant.
worries.
Like
Thanks for
so
having
many
me.
good pieces. I have so many more questions, so I feel
I
like
will, I will
we
have to
should
come back
talk
then.
again. Yeah, at some point we should
Definitely.
talk again.
Definitely. Yeah.
Incredible. Yeah.
Super
Wow.
cool, guys.
Seriously, so much good content. I don't have many words more.
Awesome, guys. Well, you
All
guys
right.
have a
Yeah.
good evening.
Thank you so much for coming by. Thank you for all viewers to come back and join us. I hope you had fun. I hope you saw something beautiful. I hope you are inspired. Now go out and create some stuff. Bye
Yeah.
bye.
See